Hi guys, and welcome back to So Sallyo. Bunting seems to be one of those essential decorative pieces that everyone seems to either make or buy when someone has a new baby. I decided when I had my children that instead of buying it, because it seemed really expensive, I was going to figure out a way to make my own bunting, one set for each bedroom, go out, choose my own fabric, get the sewing machine out and make it from scratch myself. It actually was way easier than I thought. It saved a ton of money, and I think that the finished article looks just as good as you would find in the shops. So I'm going to talk you through step by step exactly what you need to buy and how to make your own perfect bunting for your little one's nursery. If you are new to my channel, I would absolutely love to have you stick around, so please do click the subscribe button below and join us. I upload a new video every single Thursday on kids, cakes or crafts. So first things first, you need to choose your fabric. So consider what colour are the walls in the bedroom the bunting's going to decorate, and have a look online at eBay, online craft shops, Hobbycraft, John Lewis, Elm. Look in your local haberdashery shop. You can get Liberty fabric online. I'd suggest getting some fat quarters in bundles, which means that you can cut out maybe 2 or 3 of the flags from each of the different fabrics, and then you can alternate them when they're on your bunting, like I've done here, so that you get a really nice mix of colours and patterns, but they're all complementary. You can also personalise your bunting. It's quite easy to do. All you need to do is cut out the letters of the name of the child or of the word that you want it to say, and then you can either stitch that on by hand or using the sewing machine onto each of your individual fabric flags before you put them all together. You also need to measure the length of the room so that you know exactly how much bunting to make. So bear in mind as well that the bunting will be dipping down slightly, so it's not going to be a straight line across the room, so make an allowance for that. You'll be leaving about 1 inch gap in between each of the fabric flags, so again bear that in mind when you're establishing exactly how many flags you need to make to create your entire length of bunting. So the way I made this bunting here is by having a piece of fabric that was 40 centimetres high. I folded over the top edge so that folded side is furthest away from me, so the height of the fabric then once folded was 20 centimetres. You can always do your bunting just one-sided of the fabric if you prefer, if you haven't got enough fabric or if you haven't got enough time. It's actually quite easy. Just cut out the fabric flags with zigzag scissors or pinking shears and follow the next instructions. But for this bunting tutorial, we're going to be doing double-sided fabric flags because I think they look the most professional and the best quality, and they just look nicer when they're hanging up. So you've got your piece of fabric then that's folded over and it's 20 centimetres high. So what you want to do is measure along the bottom edge, which is closest to you, 22 centimetres at a time. Then make a very small mark on the fabric every single 22 centimetres along. You can do this using pencil or fabric chalk or something like that. And then across the top edge you want to mark every 11 centimetres. So essentially you're marking the exact midpoint in between each of your 22 centimetres along the bottom. That way when you cut it out you're going to have your perfect triangles. You can always change around these sizes a bit, but just make sure the measurements are in proportion. So if the height of your fabric is less, say 15 centimetres, you might want to alternate the measurements along the bottom to every 20 centimetres and along the top to every 10 centimetres. I would just make sure that the measurements along the top edge are exactly half the distance of the measurements along the bottom edge. Next, you need to cut out your triangles using the points that you've already marked on the fabric, and then place the right sides together and sew along the edges so that your flags are essentially inside out. Then you need to cut off the tip slightly and also any loose ends, and then turn the flag the right way round. Use a pair of scissors or something pointy to put inside your flags to just shove out the end so it has a really nice finished point. Then you need to iron all of your flags. Next, to get some bias binding or binding tape. You can get this online, eBay, haberdashery shops, all over the place. I think I got this from eBay, and they do loads of different colours, For my daughter's bunting, I chose this pale pink because I just thought it went best with all of the shades within the fabric itself. And then for my son's bedroom, I used this navy. Make sure as well that when you are stitching on the bias binding, you're using the right colour thread so that it's not going to be seen against the binding itself. I left about a 1-inch gap in between each of the flags because I just thought that gave the best look. They're not too close together, nor are they a bit too sparse. You can get some command hooks, either the small ones or the tiny ones, I think they're called. And these stick really nicely onto the wall. They're clear, you can't see the hooks themselves. And if you don't want the bunting up anymore, you can easily remove these type of hooks. You can get the command hooks, again, off eBay or any Amazon, any online place. And then you're done, and all you need to do is to hang it up onto your wall. I left a bit of a tail at either end of the bias binding so that I was able to loop this round and tie it into a bow and a loop so that I can hook the final 2 ends onto the furthest hooks. And then I think every sort of 4 flags I've hooked it up just to give this really nice draped effect. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I really hope that you enjoyed this bunting tutorial. Please leave me a comment below and let me know if you have ever tried anything like this before, or if you've got any ideas or tips for other people. Please like this video if you have, and it will let me know that you've enjoyed it so I know to make other craft tutorial videos a bit like this. And if you are new to my channel, I would absolutely love to have you stick around. So please do click the subscribe button below and join us. I upload a new video every single Thursday on kids, cakes or crafts, usually kids and parenting stuff, but I do love cake decorating and crafts as well, as you will see from the other videos on my channel. So please feel free to go and check out some of those as well, and otherwise I'll see you next week. Bye guys!